Hello and welcome to the next bunker tutorial. In this one we're going to go through setting up an interface with Logic Pro. It's really quite simple, but it's really important because whenever you record instruments, guitars, or even if you're doing direct input, then you're going to have to need to use an interface. So it's a really important one, so let's go through it. So depending on which interface you have, you might have USB or Firewire. Both of them obviously fine with a Mac. If you're using PC, if you're not using Logic and using a different DAW, then you'll only be able to use USB because there's no Firewire ports on PCs. Basically, with this one USB, so we're just going to plug it straight into the USB port. Logic might pop up because it recognises it. Oh, it's not doing that anyway. No problem. And then this is your interface here. If we're going to plug in a mic, then we're going to go pick up the XLR cable. You're just going to plug it straight in. Yeah, and it's that simple. Now everything should be working fine. Well, I'll go further into using the interface. So here we have the front of the Focusrite interface. Now every interface is slightly different, so your interfaces may look different, but they'll have the same key features really. If yours is slightly different, feel free to leave a comment and I can help you out, explain a few things. But yeah, let's go through this one. So here we've got the two inputs. We've got input 1 and input 2. Now this, they take both XLRs and jack leads, so XLR just goes in as you think it would, and jack just goes in the middle. So it can take both inputs. Next to it we've got the two gains for each channel, so for channel 1, gain 1, channel 2, gain 2. And then in between we've got phantom power. Now this is really important for condenser mics because obviously they need to be powered, and that's how you're going to power it, through phantom power. So if you've got a condenser mic and it's just not working, this is probably the problem you've got here. There's like so many people forget about phantom power. Under it we've got a pad for taking the dBs down a little bit. Let's explain that more in depth another time. And then the instrument. So now if you've got the jack going in like so, you're going to need instrument pressed in. Now I can't bother explaining fully why that is because we've got a limited amount of time, but just remember that. And then here we've got mixer, so how much of what you're doing is getting sent to the input. Monitor, so if you've got your interface plugged into some speakers, this is your level, how loud it's going to be basically. And then you've got your headphones here. That's how loud your headphones are, obviously with the jack just there. So yeah, that's your interface. So here we are in Logic. I'm just going to quickly show you how to set the inputs and outputs up with your interface. Now, it's really simple. What you want to do is you want to go into Logic Pro, Preferences, and Audio. And then you're just going to, using the input device, you're going to select the name of your interface. Now we're using a Focusrite Sapphire, so we're going to click on that. And then if you want your sound obviously to come out of this the Focusrite and into some monitors that you might have set up with it, you also want to select your output as Sapphire. So that's going to route all Logic audio out of here and into the interface. If you want to route any of your computer's audio, you're going to go into System Preferences and Sound and select the Sapphire. And it's that simple really. And then it's obviously, let's actually just show you again. You can select outputs and inputs there, so I'm choosing them like that. But yeah, it's that simple. So now if we've got this audio thing here, we want to select an input 1 on the Focusrite, and we can record with that input. If you see here, my voice should be changing the thing that's coming in. It's as simple as that. So there you go. That's how you route it into Logic. Cheers.